Hey guys, welcome back. Been a little while since I jumped on here and recorded anything. So thankful to be back. Grateful to kind of have a refreshed spirit and kind of fired up about many different things. Today we're recording on the day after Halloween. So last night's always an interesting night if you're into the spiritual aspect of this time of year. So anyway, excited and looking forward to really getting into that Christmas spirit and diving in there. So that's always a fun time of the year, a way to bring the family, closer to Christ. So uh, anyway, today I'm inspired to share with you kind of how this morning went today. I woke up, Halloween last night, so I allowed myself to sleep in. Didn't get a morning workout in, but did do some physical therapy. I've been going through some physical challenges. My foot and ankle have been giving me issues, so I haven't been able to run quite like I normally do, which has affected being able to do other kind of workouts and things. So it's been a challenging season for me since my workout routine has really been challenged. I'm not able to challenge myself like I am used to, and so figuring out other exercises, physical therapy exercises, going to see a physical therapist has been very different. So anyway, body's starting to feel better. Things are starting to come together there. Little stubborn on my part is why it's taken so long because I chose to, try to figure it out on my own and not go seek the help of experts. So anyway, all right. So this morning, I woke up. I knew I was going to go up to our church this morning and do some praying and go to a church service that our church was having today. And I happened to look at Facebook, and an out of town buddy of mine posted, "I wish I was doing okay. I wish I was doing," and that was it. So as you know, when guys post something like that, we call it, or people call it, vague booking. Um, that means something really bad's going on. He's in a super bad spot. Guys don't post stuff like that. So when we post something that sounds like something's wrong, normally that means something's really, really wrong. Um, so I gave the guy a call. I thought, he might not answer or whatever, might be at work. So anyway, I called him. He answered the phone right away. And wouldn't you know it, it sounded something like this. "Hey, Mr. Luigs, great to hear from you, man. How are you?" And I responded, "Hey, I just have a couple of minutes. I'm on my way to church and I saw your Facebook post. And I figured that you're doing slightly less than okay." And I left it at that. And it sounded like he was maybe at his work where he runs a pretty decent size operation. And I hear him kind of step aside and maybe say something to somebody like, I need a, and instantly his voice changed. And instantly I heard tears ready to roll out of his eyes. His voice was cracking. He says, "I'm not doing okay. I'm having trouble. I'm not doing well right now. I'm better than I was." He says, "I had a anxiety attack when I woke up this morning, and I've had quite a few of them lately." Um, he's like, things are tough." And he talked for a little bit longer. And I've had anxiety attacks in the past. Not very many in my lifetime. However, I've had a couple of them closer together. And that gets kind of scary when you've got a repetitive thing over and over and over. And I said, as a guy, I said, "Hey, man, I relate to where you're at. I've been there before. It's tough." And I said, "The thing is, logically, it doesn't make any sense." He goes, "That's right. That's exactly it." He goes, "I have no idea how to get out of these things, how to control this. logically, it doesn't make any sense why I'm feeling what I'm feeling, but he goes, it's super tough. He goes, I'm coming out of it now. It's still around a little bit, but I'm coming out of it. Um, and I said, hey, I mentioned I only got, a few minutes. Would it be all right if I kind of gave you some action items? He goes, that would be great. I would absolutely love it. I said, all right. I said, here's one that's helped me in the past, not necessarily with this issue. However, it's something I do all the time. And I've seen it help at least 100 guys that are in a similar spot as you are right now. He's like, what is it? Like, give that to me. I said, today go to f3nation.com and look for a local group near you. It's started by a special forces guy. It's an outdoor workout group for guys. And he goes, dude, that's it. I need that. I said, I mentioned the special forces guy started it. I go, but it's free. I go, it sounds all fancy and expensive and everything. I go, it's free. I'm like, the one tough thing is it is in the morning. So you're going to have to figure that part out. He's like, oh, yeah, okay. I'm like, 5:30, 6:30, 7 o'clock maybe would be some times you can expect. He goes, ooh, he works at one of those places that opens maybe at 9, 10 o'clock, or maybe his schedule starts 9, 10 o'clock. So anyway, he goes, well, I was up this morning at 5. He goes, so 5:30 could work. He goes, and if that helps with what I'm feeling, I'm gonna figure that out. I'm gonna do that. I said, okay. I said, here's the second one. Now, earlier this week, I saw a guy named Granger Smith. And Granger used to be a country western singer, and he was talking. And what Granger shared was one of the things he shared was that his 3-year-old son drowned in their backyard pool while he was dad on duty. So his 3-year-old son that he was responsible for got out of his eyesight for a few minutes. He panicked, ran outside, saw his son face down in the pool, and here I am having trouble sharing it. I sees him face down in the pool. He's like, "Oh my gosh! Like, let me get him out. Let me take care of him." And he flips him over, and he's just blue, arms and legs just limp and lifeless. And he starts doing CPR. Next thing you know, his wife comes out the door. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's call 911 right away. Call 911. And as he's doing CPR on his son, he's thinking, okay, like any second now, this is going to turn and, he's going to cough. Some water's going to come out. Like something's going to happen. And then he hears the paramedics coming down the road, the driveway, and that's it. Someone's dead. And with that, he, um, struggled obviously quite a bit. His wife struggled obviously quite a bit. He did everything he could think of to figure things out. One of the things they did at the hospital, they were out in the garden area or whatever, and I guess they had heard or thought on their own. Uh, Often, when parents have kids die, that parents get divorced. Like there's a high likelihood, and they made an agreement, almost like a business deal. Hey, we're never getting divorced. We're not going to split up. Like we're together forever. Can we both agree on this? And they did. And um, for about a year, he went through everything he possibly could go through, self-help books and grief seminars, and he traveled to different locations trying to work through this, um, like with self-help as it's called. And one morning, he said it came to him that he needed to do something different. He needed to turn towards Jesus and allow Jesus to heal him, allow Jesus to be the Lord and Savior of his life, to move from being a cultural Christian or a mediocre Christian or moderate Christian or, uh, you know, uh, surface level Christian. He needed to actually have a relationship to Christ and turn that over. So I gave my buddy the super short version of that, but I said what Granger said helped him was turning his life over to Christ and asking for Jesus's help. And he says, I'm going to start reading the Bible. And he went home and told his wife, hey, this is what I'm doing and this is what we're going to do. And he opened up Matthew 1, didn't know where to start in the Bible, so he thought he'd check the first book in the New Testament as a good place to start. And then I told my buddy that I'd pray for him at church today. And we ended the call. He thanked me greatly for the call. And at church, funny enough, they started talking about the Beatitudes. And so you guys are probably familiar with the Beatitudes, but if you're not, uh, funny enough, they're found in the book of Matthew, chapter 5. So I thought that to be so cool that I just told somebody to start reading Matthew. And if he makes it to chapter 5, we can have a discussion about the Beatitudes. Some of you may know these by heart. Some of you might like, hey, read them to me. So I'll read them real quick. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be fulfilled. I'm sorry, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. And blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So, things that I don't often pray for is help me be poor in spirit, help me mourn, help me be meek, let me be hungry, let me be thirsty, let me give mercy to someone else. Um, I've had some things in my life lately where I feel I've been wronged, and that one's a good one for me right now. Um, give mercy to other people. Blessed are the peacemakers, the pure in heart. And blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. So it's funny with election time and everything else. You see all kinds of pride out there. You see extreme polar positions people have, and um, anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. So it talks about peacemakers and persecuted for righteousness' sake. So I think those are really good things to read through, think on, reflect on, pray, and maybe share something with somebody who's close to you. That'll be the challenge for the week. Is share something around the Beatitudes with somebody who's super close to you. So this could be a spouse, this could be a good friend, this could be one of your F3 buddies that you work out with all the time, or a guy at the gym. Could be a coworker, could be your kids. These are kind of fun to talk about with your kids also. So Matthew 5, 5, 3 through 10 is where you'll find the Beatitudes. So God bless you guys this week. Good luck with the challenge. Granger Smith's got a really cool book too, if you guys want to check that out. I don't have anything locked in. I actually haven't even asked Granger yet to come on, but down the road, I imagine I may be able to get Granger on, hopefully. So you guys can pray for that as well. Um, anyway, God bless you guys. Hope you're doing well. If there's a topic or anything that you want help with, or any prayers, just shoot me a DM on Facebook or email me at the Christian Dad Podcast at gmail.com. Catch you guys next week. Thanks. Bye bye.